I'd like to show you now how to grab nominal feature data from this IGES file here, specifically on the spheres that are located in these areas here. What I'm going to use these for are my 3-sphere alignment. I'm going to use these in the iterative alignment when I start this measurement session up. But I'm just preparing the model now by constructing some nominal spheres on top of this CAD model. So I'm going to zoom in to the sphere here, get right up on it, and I'm going to take the shading off and turn it back to the wireframe. Zoom in just a little bit more here too. Now you notice that the sphere looks like a wireframe here. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to lay my nominal sphere right over top of that by going to Construct Sphere, and then with this little down arrow I'm going to make it a nominal. Okay, now notice on the bottom left of my screen it is asking for 4 points from the screen. I'm going to show you the right way to do it, and I'm going to show you the incorrect way to do it. First we'll show you the right way to do it. Okay, notice that the sphere is actually made up of 2 of these wireframe entities, almost like an equator running north to south and an equator running east to west. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up on this wireframe here. I'm going to pick up on it just a little bit further down here. Okay, my second point's been taken. Then I'm going to pick up on this equator here. Click on that. It sees a couple entities there. It's probably constructed in half, so I'm going to pick up on that one. And then I'll go to the other side here and click on that. And again, I like to click pretty close to the wireframe, or as close as I can get it to that wireframe. Then I'm going to pick up on one of these entities here. And there is my sphere. That's the XYZ location that it's reading from the CAD model, and the diameter as well that it's reading from the CAD model. Now what I would probably do is I noticed here that my X component, this is in millimeters too, I'm at 5999.9698. It's pretty crazy close to 4600 in the X component. So what I would do is I would probably ask my client, yeah, why don't you give me that exact XYZ location from your CAD model? Even though I'm picking it here from an IGES file, I might have had a translation error, or I might have just had a little hiccup here where I'm clicking with my mouse on that wireframe. I would double check with my client or with the CAD designer that put this together. But I'm going to say OK here. I'm going to default to the sphere name 1 here and say OK to that. Now notice what it's done is Faro has constructed this globe, or this sphere, right over top of that wireframe model. And it does look pretty close to where it needs to be in location. What I'll do is go back to the view and shade it. You can kind of see the yellow kind of peppered in between that grayish color there. So it looks like it's right on top of where it needs to be. Okay, well I like that. But I still would check my designer or my client to ask if that was the case with the actual X, Y, and Z location. So I'll go back to my view here and look at the wireframe. I'm actually going to hide right now, hide that nominal. But I'm going to show you one more time on what not to do when you're constructing a nominal sphere. I'll go to Construct Sphere Nominal, and it's asking for 4 points on the screen. So what I'll do is I'll pick up on this equator here, and then this equator here. So I'm going around just picking up on 4 points on that same equator. It looks like it's part of the same sphere. But what I'm doing is I'm just clicking on points that are following around that location there on the wireframe, just on that one equator. Now notice, yeah, that 4600 came out, a little bit bigger, but my diameter looks pretty crazy, 25 millimeters. But now watch, if I say OK to that, notice where my sphere ended up. It looks like it tried to construct it over that equator, but it couldn't solve it. It built it as big as this 25 millimeter sphere. So that truly is not the way to go. So let me hit the undo on that. So just remember, when you're constructing a nominal sphere, Faro loves it when you pick up on the wireframe entities that form both equators.